to students beforehand. And so there's what the data kind of looks like once if I get it uploaded and ready, I can show you what it looks like.
Yeah.
But basically, so this was, this was we put out on Insight. So this kind of just was what we did. So I scanned a portion of American Park in Detroit, download the file, memory sticks for the students. And the assignment included a scavenger hunt, right? So they had to go through and find different things within the area. And then the teacher, because it was during COVID, she distributed a kit for each student and was delivered to their house. It included a measuring tape, brochures, pencils, magnetic field compass that they use for waterway events, wristband, memory stick with point cloud file. With the memory stick, students could access the file on their own time, work through the assignment. And students were briefed on the history of surveying, career. There was a short pacing exercise where students had to determine the distance of a hypotenuse on the ground at their house using a video by me and my kids.
Nice, cool. I like this. I like this.
Yeah.
So like so just to give you an so then so like just to give you an example, so like one of the videos that we did, this is very rudimentary, but during COVID, what else did you have?
Jonathan reminds me. There he is.
This is my son, Andrew.
That's why we do all this extracurricular stuff. It's because of the future generation.
I love it. It's old technology.
I love it. Yeah.
So we used the cones and basically did a traversing exercise, right?
Yeah.
Of course, Andrew doesn't go on a straight line. And he's backing up. Anyways.
What I like about all of this, it gets right back to the fundamentals, right? I remember doing a lot of this kind of work for GM in the fuel cell technology space, right? We had all sorts of outreach programs to expose kids to electrolyzers, PEMs, all that kind of stuff using simple analogies.
Yeah.
And you got the smartest questions from the youngest kids, right? They knew how to ask the same questions that an executive in a company would ask, but they would ask it in such simple terms, but they got the fundamentals.
Exactly. And so, like, what we're doing here is we're trying to figure out our pacing, right? So we did 10 meters on the ground, and then we paced, that was like 14 and a half steps. So that you could figure out what each pace equals. And so you could figure out how far you've gone just by using your pacing and averaging that. So that was one of the things we did. And then I think there's 5 videos in total. I'm not going to bore you with all those, but that was one exercise we did. And then, so this was the exercise. This was the thing that so they had this thing that I'm going to try to load up for you, Jonathan, to show you what it looks like. But this is a screen capture. And so, these were the questions, students. So how many tigers can you count? Because there's all these tigers and, all over the place. What are the names of the 2 streets you see? So there's an intersection where you can zoom in on the street sign. How many churches do you see? There's actually 2 churches right outside of the ballpark. What's the name of the pizza place that you see across the street? Is Little Caesars head office. how many D symbols do you see, what is the position of the red dot and job station. So each one of these, like, see, you can see this, these red dots are where the instrument actually gets set up, and it records and it scans. So you have a point cloud, but you can actually click on it and it'll give you the position, the northeast elevation. So then there's measuring, suggesting what is the distance between the red fire hydrant and the front door of the D shop. So this is the D shop. There's a fire hydrant across the street, and there's a measuring tool, and you can measure between the two and come up with the, you know, what is the length of a baseball bat. So you can see these big long things here are baseball bats. So you can actually click on either end. And, yeah. What is the, how far is the orange Jeep, from the tiger's paw? What is the street width, curb to curb of Trumbull Street? How far away is a standing up scooter from the open business sign for the D shop? So they can actually go in and say, okay, I can measure, these, and so this was the exercise that they did. And then one of the other exercises we did. So then we gave them instructions on how. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So the careers presentation was pretty straightforward. It was just, why would you want to be in all that? Just what courses do I need? How do I get there? That sort of thing. This needs to be updated. But,
yeah, no, that's good though.
Yeah.
So
who uses surveying, right?
Yeah.
Applications, that sort of thing. This and then the history presentation about the history of surveying in Ontario. It was meant to be pretty quick, and pretty high level. All the different townships in Ontario. This is where I currently live. I live in township of Maidstone here on the lake. So I kind of included that.
Well, yeah. It's funny, Jonathan, Chris. I mean, I remember when I looked to buy here in Cobourg, I looked at, Google Earth. I looked at the old legacy maps of the county. There were some overlays, got some digital photos from the University of Toronto photo archives, what the land looked like, 50 years ago. I didn't have all the surveying tools, but this was just free. I think this is where I want to invest. And then obviously I had a surveyor come and survey the property and blah, 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 and design and build a house. So it's like, there's lots of other opportunities, right? That depending on the grade level, they've been exposed ad hoc or some other way of what the built environment or the natural environment kind of looks like, right? Using other tools.
Okay. So these are the stations that I recorded. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 setups. Okay. And I collected data. You can see the outline. This is the top view. Okay. You can see the outline of the street and the stadium over here. I just click this down. This is just kind of a map. But if I you can see this now becomes three-dimensional, right? So you can kind of zoom in and you can see everything kind of comes to life, right?
Yeah.
And you can see when I zoom in on this paw of this tiger, it's actually composed of many, many points, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
each point is color coded based on the images of the scan. So you zoom back, but then it looks like looks like what it's supposed to be, the tiger. And we can, this is so the students can kind of go around in this environment and they can learn how to navigate and look around and look at things. But this is a very rough version. But if you click actually in the center of the, just double click into the orb, now all of a sudden it becomes real, and it looks like a Google Street View with one major difference. so you can see the downtown Detroit. One major difference is that in behind this image is point cloud. So if I wanted to measure from the Jeep, say, just click on this measuring tool, this the ruler, I say how far is the Jeep from the garbage can, and it tells me what my distance is because it's measuring from that point there all the way to the point cloud to the garbage can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so then it actually escape out of that.
So it's giving you the X, Y, and then how do you get the Z in there?
That right there, it's not the difference in that.
Oh, it's there. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So the slope distance, so like, you know, you want to measure slope distance in that case. So I want to say measure something. I'm interested in something there, distance from there, the table. You can see it actually draws the vector, and then you can see the distance behind, but it gives me the slope distance, the actual distance along that line, the distance in the XY plane, which is the description.
Yeah.
Here.
So that's great where they can demonstrate their knowledge of measuring the slope. Now, can you do triangulation in this tool?
Yeah, you can, that's exactly what it's doing. It's giving like each one of these points has a three-dimensional east and northern elevation for every single point. Like you can see when you zoom in, they're just composed of millions and millions of points, right? And I can click on any one of these points and measure it from there to any other point in the, you know, any other point.
Yeah. Okay. Now, quick, this point cloud is from laser or photo ortho for imagery?
This is from a scanner. So this is LiDAR. This is a fixed, like a tool station. It's on a tripod.
Okay. Okay. Total station. Yeah. And are they very expensive? Like, what's the range for the hardware to do this laser scan LiDAR?
Yeah, it just comes over 100,000 US.
The schools don't have the equipment either. They can't afford $100,000.
No, but the thing is, like again, it's not about the data collection. It's about the data set. So you can get somebody to provide you with the data set, and then you can do everything. Just say, this is how you would collect it if you had. But by the way,
Yeah.
here's the data set that was collected from one of these machines, and you can use it to do this. And the nice thing about this software is free. It's for you. You can download it as long as you have that file type. You can do everything that you do. Like what you saw, you have to download it on the website while you're sitting there. So
Yeah.
all this stuff.
So would it be possible just to maybe repurpose this? Like, do you have the data, the raw data that they could bring in to this tool?
Yeah. Yeah, like I do. It's that's called the Chimerica part.lgs. That's my file I created.
Yeah.
I made it smaller. I've got other projects as well, but this one's probably the most suited. Like it's just 4 scans. It's pretty easy. Um, you know, but just to give you an idea of what other projects look like. This one's in St. Clair College. They load fairly fast. They don't take a lot of computing power in order to process. This one was kind of neat in the sense that it was
Yeah, it'd be good if they had something that they could sort of show water, like the land, low impact development. So it would include trees and water and buildings.
well, we could provide you with data set if you wanted with that environment and then present it, package it into a LGS file that you can use for that purpose. That's no problem.
Yeah, that'd be good because I could get them to work on that and then show that for the city of Mississauga hackathon.
Right. Oh, I know
That
the reason I showed this one to the students is because we had we were hired by a client at the college to figure out they wanted they were putting up an internet on top of this building over here. It was a fire station, and they were going to put a tower on this building, and um, and they were going to put another tower on this building over at the other end over here. And then they wanted us to come up with a line of whether or not we could figure out a line that they would have a line of sight between the two buildings. Uh, with all trees, where would they have to place it? You got to see it from that angle.
Yeah.
That they could set up a tower there. Where would they, be able to come back? Where on this building they need to put it before they go through the expense of creating mounds and so we had lots of options on this building, but really the limiting factor was these trees kind of closer to this building over here. And so
Yeah.
so we kind of said, well, over here, up on this thing, we can get your line of sight to the other side. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.